This one is gonna be a very short one, but direct to the point, guys. Hey, these are holiday seasons, festive seasons, and most of us, with our families, will be going to the beaches to take our children out to also enjoy there. And I want to sound a warning to the parents that those that are going to take their children to Mombasa. I'm going to talk of Mombasa this particular time. There may be other beaches where you take your children to. But this is going to be Mombasa this time that I'm going to warn you about. The parents that are preparing to go for festive seasons, on festive seasons to Mombasa to take their children to swim in the ocean, in the Indian Ocean. Let me talk where there is where I know there is evidence and where I can be asked for receipts and I can show. Guys, let me tell you, parents have to be very careful with their girl child this time. Because most of us parents, we want to please our children. And because it is Christmas season and this is, and other seasons like Easter, but mostly Christmas seasons is when most of us frequent the coast with our children to take them there for swimming. And when we get there, some of those that have never swum, they have to be instructed by the beach boys. You will not go deep there in the waters to instruct your daughter who is 14 years old and has never swum. You will obviously entrust her to the beach boys that have been in the coastal town for long. And guys, you'll keep watch. You will keep watch. Why I'm saying you'll keep watch is because you can never trust anyone with your girl child. They wear that ring, the inflated ring that they use for instructing the swimmers. And they enter the waters. And there you are, also maybe in the same waters, but minding your own business. Because you are seeing your daughter there and the other neighbor's daughter there, they are together in the waters. And now they are trying, they are really trying. And you say, okay, let me leave them. After all, in school they do swimming. But they have not perfected the art. So at least I have to be sure is so that they don't drown in the ocean. Let me leave them under the care of the beach boys so that they can show them how to swim in the ocean. Boys are doing bad things to these girls in the waters. They are doing bad things to these girls. And you'll see a group of them fighting to instruct your daughter. And you are like, why are they fighting to instruct mine? Why not the others? And I see other girls there. And you are like, maybe they like my daughter, or maybe they think I'll pay them better. Most of the times we parents, we think, okay, it's about payment. These guys maybe looked at me and thought maybe I can pay them better than the parents of that other girl there whom they are not even bothered about. And that is why they are after my daughter, so that they instruct her. So guys, you just leave it at that. And they enter the waters with their daughter. And do you know what happens in those waters? Oh my God. I want to sound an alert to you parents. This is something that I saw with my own two eyes. You have to be careful whom you leave your daughters with. These girls are molested in the waters sexually by these boys. They want to pretend that they are instructing them how to swim, but they are touching every part of their bodies under the waters. And you know what? I also want to say this. Some of these girls that we are bringing up and they are 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, most of them, the hormones are working on them actively. And some of them, we just laugh shyly. They are not adults yet. They laugh shyly and they feel good. And they entertain the idea. They entertain that because they're also feeling good. And the next thing you hear, or you see, your daughter is sexually infected by a disease that you don't know where it came from. Sexually, because you have finished your vacation and you are back home, but your daughter is sick. And she's having complications here and there. And she comes now, Actually, she's not even coming to tell you, but it is you who notices that the daughter is not even talking and is suffering, but there's something she's hiding. And because your daughter, you're the one who gave birth to her. So you kind of, you know, ask her what the problem is, and she's like, shyly, I don't know what is happening, mom. I'm feeling itchy, I'm feeling this and that, I'm having a discharge. And you're like, since when? Since we came from Mombasa. And you ask yourself, Mombasa waters, they are salty. What could have happened to my daughter? After all, we were all in those waters and we are not infected in any way. So you take her to the doctor, and on examining your girl, she's sexually infected with a disease that is an STI. Cases like this are so many in the coast, and somebody has to speak about it. And what better time to speak about these things other than now, when parents are preparing to go with their children to the coast, to the Indian Ocean, to other places to swim. But mostly it is happening in Mombasa, and this is where a parent raised an issue. And because I was there and I had seen this happen, I said, okay, two people cannot complain when there is no reason. And I said, I'm going to talk about it. Maybe nobody else has ever talked about this here. I'm going to tell you to watch over your daughters. I don't know what to say, because there are some schools that do not teach children how to swim, especially if your children are in the rural schools. There may not be swimming pools, and they go all through without having been taught how to swim. Yet, you have decided now to treat your children to a vacation to the coast. And they want to enter these waters because whoever goes to Mombasa wants to enter the waters and swim. And you know how it feels when you see that ocean, how big it is, and you're like, my daughter is entering into those waters alone. And there you hear these boys come, they always come approaching you. Can I instruct her? Can I instruct her? Sometimes they approach the girl, and the girl comes telling you, Mom, they say they can show me how to swim. And you're like, oh, is it safe? Yes, we have this ring, that floater that we use to teach her. And when they are just there trying to tell her, spread your feet, let your feet go this way, they are touching her feet. They go to a next of touching her waistline. They go to a next of touching her private parts when in those waters. And the girl is like, you know, this is a small girl. This is a girl she has never even had sex. So she's there being touched in her private parts by these boys. And you know, don't worry, you're not going to sink. I'm holding you, let me hold you. And you are like, oh, the girl is like, oh, I'm being held. And there the boy is making advances to this girl. So there's this case of a boy that went too far. And that's why I had to speak about this. This boy went too far in those waters and wanted to do everything to this girl when in these waters. And then a senior boy in the beach noticed what was happening. And it's not that they don't know these things happen. They already know. So they are very keen. They want to see who goes ahead and does the unthinkable. So the somebody was watching, but this one was now jealous and said, no, don't do this to that girl. I'm seeing you. I'm seeing what you are doing. And he blew the trumpet. He raised an alarm. And everybody was like, what is he trying to do? What is he trying to do? And it was like, no, I'm doing nothing. I'm doing nothing. And the girl was asked, did he do anything to you? You know how shy these girls are. No, he just touched me. He was just showing me how to float. And my legs he was showing me how to put my legs and so that I don't sink. And like, oh my God, the boy had gone all the way to try and do everything in those waters with that young girl. So parents, I don't want this video to be very long. When you take your children to the coast this season, be watchful. Watch who touches your girls, who you leave your girls to swim with, how they are behaving when in water. Keep watch. You don't have to be so carried away by your swimming that you forget your children that you took there. You can be in the waters and keeping watch on your daughters. Even if somebody else is instructing them, keep watch and see that nobody touches them indecently in those waters. Because what you're going to take home is a disease. These boys are infected with diseases because they do these things all the time. You are going to take home a disease and you'll never know where it came from. So I'm very, very sorry to tell you this, parents. You just have to have this keen eye on your daughters. Guys, you are informed. You are informed now. And you girls, also be decent. Don't allow boys to keep touching your bodies anyhow. Your bodies are the temples of the Holy Spirit. Those that are Christians, you know that. And I'm sure your parents have brought you up with the Christian virtues. You are taught the things to do and the things not to do. Don't allow your bodies to be touched by everybody out there. So, restrain yourself, girls. You have to be good-mannered. You know, your parents have sacrificed to take you out there to go and enjoy. Make sure that you don't disappoint them. So, guys, if you're new here, you are now informed. Yeah, even if you're not new here, you are already informed now. These are the festive seasons. I had to tell you guys. If nobody could tell you, I had to tell you. So subscribe to this channel, that is if you haven't, and I know most of you have. But hit that subscribe button. Also, share this video widely. Give it this video a like. Give it a like. Just hit that like button so that this video goes and reaches many people who may not even be informed about this situation at the coast. So guys, like the video and share and comment and also subscribe if you haven't. And we will see you in the next one. Bye bye.